Hey all, I'm back with the chapter Magnetic Effect of Electric Current. See, we have already finished 3 sessions on a chapter. See, if you have not watched the sessions, please go to the description area where we have put up all the video links regarding this. So you can just watch them and then come back to this session to understand completely, right? Fine. See, we have already discussed about the basic aspects, that is magnetic field lines, and also we started discussing the magnetic effect that is generated when current was carried in a straight conductor as well as when current was traveling in a circular loop. Okay, and today we are going to discuss the magnetic effect that is generated due to current that is passing in a solenoid. So before we go to the concept, let us understand the word called solenoid. So what does a solenoid mean? It's very simple, guys. It is nothing but copper wire only. Insulated copper wire, which is there in the form of coil, something like this. Solenoid will look something like this. Copper wire, when I make a shape of a spring, you all know how does a spring looks like. It will have many turns, coiled turns. So just like that, a copper wire, when it is present, when it is coiled and has many circular turns, and it looks just like a shape of a cylinder. Okay, so that is what we mean by solenoid. Even the definition of solenoid is also very important here. So try to write the definition of solenoid. So what is a solenoid here? Insulated copper wire in the form of coil. In the form of a coil. Okay, and this has many circular turns. Just looks like a shape of a cylinder. Okay, so this makes your definition of solenoid, right? And one thing try to remember here, the length of a solenoid must be longer compared to the diameter. You know, what do you mean by diameter? The width, the area, right? Say compared to the diameter, the length have to be longer. Actually, then only such a coil you will call it as solenoid. So one important thing try to remember here, length should be greater than diameter. Guys. This point is very, very important. This is one of the property that you have to consider when you make a solenoid actually. Right? So very simple. This is just a copper wire which has many turns, many circular turns, and just looks like a spring, just looks like a shape of a cylinder here. So that's what we mean by solenoid. So now, when current is passed through such a structure, that is solenoid, how does a magnetic effect generated? How does a magnetic field lines look like? That is what the motto of today's session. Okay, fine. Let us go back to the concept here. See guys, we have discussed in our previous class, when I was telling about a circular loop, I told circular loop is just like a collection of many straight lines, right? See, when I have to draw a circular loop, I said circular loop is nothing but a collection of many straight lines. Many straight lines when I join, I get a circular loop. Okay, and with respect to that only we have studied how magnetic field lines look like and everything, right? And here, when this particular solenoid is nothing but collection of many circular loops, this is just a nothing but collection of many circular loops. Yes or no? So many circular loops. This is one circular loop. This is a second circular loop. Third one. When I connect it, it is becoming a solenoid. So our solenoid is nothing but a collection of many circular loops, okay, which are closely packed actually. You will not have a gap between one loop and another loop. They are very tightly and closely packed. Remember this, right? Fine. And now, how does a magnetic field generated? Definitely, magnetic field generated is in concentric circles, right? Say I consider 2 points in this circular loop, point 1 and point 2. Okay, in both the points you would observe magnetic effect generated in a circular loop. Clear? Like that, around all the circles, all the loops, this is how magnetic field lines are appearing in the form of concentric loops. Okay, and now both top and bottom. Okay, and now if I have to join all these circular loops, I'll join all the circular loops. That's how I get a solenoid, right? Say when I join all the loops, how does it look like? Yes, something like this. I am getting a solenoid. So that particular solenoid, when I connect to a battery, definitely, current will actually flow from positive side to negative side, right? So in this direction, our current is actually moving, right? In this direction, our current is moving here. And how does the magnetic field gets generated here? Say each and every loop, this is how concentric circles are appearing. Now I'm joining the circular loop, I am getting a solenoid. Can't you join all the circular loops here? Can't I write, the magnetic field says something like this? Yes? Top and bottom. Say this is how the magnetic field lines appear in a solenoid. Okay, this is how our magnetic field lines appear in a solenoid. And how does this magnetic fields looking like? Can you able to remember something? Are these magnetic field lines similar to our bar magnet? Definitely yes. Do you remember our first video where we have studied a bar magnet, right? It was having a north pole and a south pole where magnetic field lines arise from north pole and merge in a south pole, right? So this is how we studied about the magnetic field lines of a bar magnet. So inside a magnet, magnetic field lines go parallel, right? Yes or no? So are these magnetic field that is generated in a solenoid exactly similar to bar magnet? Definitely yes. Yes or no? So what I can conclude is the magnetic field that is there in a solenoid, that is created in a solenoid when current is passed, is exactly similar to a bar magnet, and solenoid itself is actually become a bar magnet. Here, so much magnetic effect is created that the entire solenoid itself has become a magnet. And what type of a magnet it has become? It has become like a bar magnet. Okay, and now let us try to mention this point here. Magnetic field lines of a solenoid is just like a bar magnet. See, note down all these points because this is on what questions can be asked in the board examination. So each and every point that I write on a board is very important. Clear? Fine. So just looks like a bar magnet. Yes or no? So in fact I can say solenoid itself behaves as a bar magnet. So what I can say? Solenoid itself behaves as a bar magnet, right? So these are the 2 points you have to remember initially. Fine. So the moment we say the bar magnet, it will have two poles. Definitely any magnet will have two poles, south pole and a north pole, isn't it? Say if I have to take a bar magnet, you will have north pole and a south pole. So always field lines will emerge from north pole and merge in south pole. Emerge from north pole and merge in south pole, right? So this is how you would observe in a bar magnet. Now, how do you decide? How do you decide that which is a south pole and which is a north pole here? Once I said solenoid has become a bar magnet, you should able to tell which side is a north pole and which side is a south pole. How do you decide that? You can decide that based on the direction of current. Okay, say next point what I will write here is poles of a solenoid or poles on a solenoid is decided based on the direction of current. Very, very, very important point. Okay, so look at here. Current is moving in which direction here? See, current is always moves in a positive end onwards, conventional current, right? Say, here I can clearly say that the direction of current is clockwise. What do you mean by clockwise? If it is moving like this, like a clock, you know, it is called as clockwise. If you see from this end, okay, imagine I have a solenoid in this angle. I'm standing here and I'm watching. Okay, if I watch from this end, you know, from the positive terminal, from a positive terminal, current is flowing, right? So from a positive terminal side, if I watch, I can clearly find that current flows in a clockwise direction. Okay, so do you remember clock phase rule in our previous video? Say if you do not remember or if you do not have a clarity on clock phase rule, just go to the link that is there in our description area and you can get perfect with that, because here clock phase rule is what we are using. Okay, so in the last video I told, say in a circular loop case, if a current moves in a clockwise direction, you know, the face of a loop, that is the inside part of a loop, will have a south pole, isn't it? So this is a trick that I told you to remember, right? So here also same thing. From this side, if I see a solenoid, the current is moving in a clockwise direction. So definitely this end of a solenoid will have a south pole. Okay. And now if this end is a south pole, definitely this end will be a north pole. This end will be a north pole. And you know, if you stand here and see, okay, I will see solenoid from this direction, okay, from this direction. Current is moving from this side, okay, I am seeing that from this direction. When I see from this direction like this, when I visualize in this direction, I can see that current is moving in an anti-clockwise direction, in this direction. If I see it from this end, I can visualize that current is moving in a, see, anti-clockwise direction. Okay, say if a current moves in an anti-clockwise direction, okay, say what is the pole that you observe in a face of a loop, that is center of a loop, you will observe the north pole. Yes or no? This is the shortcut. N, arrow mark only will say anti-clockwise direction of the current. N, same direction the N is facing, right? See, that means the phase, that is the side of a solenoid will have a north pole. Clear? Say like this, you will decide the poles of a solenoid based on the direction of current. Okay, so what I would like to write here is, if the direction of current is clockwise in a particular end of a solenoid, in a particular end of a solenoid, that end will have a south pole. Okay, I'm actually mentioning it in a very simple language just to make you understand clearly. Okay, so that end will have a south pole, and the end with anti-clockwise direction of a current. Okay, say if I stand from this end, say if this is a positive terminal, if I stand from this end, I can say current moving in a clockwise, so this end is south, the other end is north. In the other end side, if you see the direction of current, it will look like anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so what I would write here is the side or end in which the direction of current, I in the sense current, right, is anti-clockwise, then that end will have north pole. Okay, so this is how you have to decide which end has a south pole and a north pole. Okay, and one more thing is, with the help of bar magnets also, or with the help of a compass, you can able to find out the pole of a solenoid. Yes or no? Say by experimentally, if you have to find out. This is the theoretical concept, guys. Okay, say from whichever side you observe the current passing in a clockwise direction, that side is a south pole. From whichever side you observe the direction of current is anti-clockwise, that is a north pole. This is a theoretical concept. But practically, if you want to know like which is a south pole and which is a north pole, you can always go for a compass. So compass will have a needle, right? It will show south pole and a north pole. Say for example, if this is a solenoid, okay, where it is connected to a battery, right? Say you have observed the magnetic field in this solenoid. Say you want to know the direction of this magnetic field lines, or you want to know which side of a solenoid is acting as a south pole and which side of a solenoid acts as a north pole. If you know the poles, you can say that the direction of magnetic field lines, isn't it? Because the magnetic field lines will move from north side to south side, right? So you will have to know which is a south side and which is a north side experimentally. Say when I keep a compass here, see I will keep a compass needle. If a compass needle shows a deflection, yes or no? Say according to the deflection of a compass needle, you can able to judge which side is a south pole and which side is a north pole. Okay, or you can take a bar magnet also. Say I will take a bar magnet which is having a south pole and this is a north pole. Okay, say if the north side of a magnet got attracted to this end of a solenoid, then definitely that end is a south. Because always attraction happens between north pole and the south pole, right? Always, unlike poles will get attracted. The same bar magnet, you keep it here. Okay, north pole, south pole. Say if the poles are getting repelled, say if this bar magnet is going far and far away, that means repulsion is happening. Say clearly you can say that this side of a solenoid is having a north pole. North pole, north pole. That's the reason maybe you are observing a repulsion. So by keeping a bar magnet, you can able to judge which side of a solenoid has a south pole and north pole, and also by using a compass needle also you can able to judge. So this is experimentally we can able to decide which pole is a south, which pole is a north in case of solenoid. But actually theoretical concept is this, guys. Okay, so if the direction of current is clockwise from a particular side, you know that side is south and the other side will be north. Got to know? So here I gave an idea about the core concept, like how you decide south and north based on the direction of current. And also in case of a lab experiment, if you want to know which is a south pole and north pole, you can use a simple bar magnet or a simple compass. Based on their reflections, you can able to judge which is south and which is north, right? So this is all about a simple concept. Now let us study about the factors affecting the magnetic field in solenoid. See guys, this magnetic field actually depends on certain factors like current, the length of a coil, many things are there. So all of them let us discuss one by one. See guys, the first factor that a magnetic field of a solenoid depends is the magnitude of current, or you can also say that the amount of current or strength of current, anything. Magnitude in the sense what? The amount of current, okay, the strength of current. More the current that you supply in a solenoid, more is the magnetic field gets generated. Okay, so what you can remember? More the current, more is the magnetic field here. Okay, so this is one important factor. So the next factor is number of coils. This is very important, guys. Number of coils in a solenoid. In a solenoid. Okay, more the coils, more the circular turnings, more will be the magnetic effect generated, right? So what I would write here is more the coils, more is the magnetic effect. Magnetic effect. Say for example, I have a coil, two coils, two types of coils I have. This is one coil and the other coil is, you see here. See, maybe the length of this solenoid and the length of this is similar, but you see the number of coils. Number of coils are only 3 here, but here you have so many coils. Say, which solenoid can produce more amount of magnetic effect? Definitely this. This produces more magnetic effect, magnetic field. This produces less magnetic field because less number of coils are there. Okay. And the third factor which you have to remember is length of solenoid. Length of solenoid, guys. Okay, so more the length of a solenoid, more is the magnetic effect. More the length, more is magnetic effect. Okay, say for example, this is one solenoid, this is another solenoid. Automatically when length of a solenoid increases, number of coils increases, no? That's the logic here. We know that more the coils, more is the magnetic effect produced, because at each and every coil, actually the concentric circles are forming. So more the coils you have in a solenoid, more magnetic effect is generally produced. As length increases, automatically number of coils increases, so more magnetic field is observed. Clear? So these are the 3 important factors on which our magnetic field in a solenoid depends. Okay, and now one note I would like to give you here, just try to observe carefully. How does the magnetic field lines look at the center of a solenoid? Right? At the center of a solenoid, magnetic field lines are parallel. Yes or no? They move in a straight line and they are parallel. Here the magnetic field is uniform. Okay, there is no variation in the magnetic field at the center because magnetic field lines are parallel and they move in a uniform motion. So what I would like to write here is at the center of a solenoid or inside the solenoid. I can write at the center or inside the solenoid. Inside the solenoid. At the end, at the top end and at the bottom end, you will have these loops of magnetic field, right? But exactly inside a solenoid or at the center of a solenoid, you will have uniform magnetic field lines. So at the center or inside the solenoid, magnetic field lines are parallel. Magnetic field lines, this point is very important, guys. Field lines are parallel and move uniformly Uniformly in the sense without any change in their direction, without any change in their speed. All the magnetic field lines which are parallel, they move with the same speed. They are uniform altogether, right? So move uniformly, right? So this point is very, very, very important. They are parallel in the sense what? They look like straight lines. You can also remember they look like straight lines. Above and below the solenoid, actually loops are there. Magnetic field lines appear in the loops, but exactly inside a solenoid, you would observe a straight lines. Clear? So this is the entire concept on a magnetic effect due to a current in solenoid. Now, let us try to discuss few questions here. Look at the first question here. What is the magnetic pole at a point A? This is a point A. In the following figure, so this is a figure given, solenoid is there connected to a positive terminal and a negative terminal, right? This is a point A and this is a point B. So, what is the magnetic pole? Whether point A has south pole or north pole, that's what you have to give as answer here. So, how do you decide, guys? Say from a positive side only, the direction of current you have to show, right? And clearly visualize. If you stand and see from this side, how is the direction of current moving? Clockwise, right? So what did I tell you? If the current direction is clockwise, then that particular end will have a south pole. So what is the answer here? Point A will have south pole. Okay, if point A is a south pole, the other end is definitely a north pole. And actually, from this side, if I see and visualize, my direction of current looks anti-clockwise. If the direction of current is anti-clockwise, then that particular end is, the north pole. Clear? Fine. So, coming to the next question. See, this is our next question, guys. How do you increase the strength of magnetic field in a solenoid? This is actually a very important question that everybody have to remember. So how do you increase the magnetic field around a solenoid? One thing is, what's the answer here? One thing is by increasing the strength of current. By increasing strength of current. Yes or no? More current you give for a solenoid, more is the magnetic effect produced. We studied just now in the factors affecting magnetic field in solenoid. Yes or no? So, one factor is by increasing the strength of current. The other one is by increasing the number of coils. Isn't it? Increasing number of coils. So, more the circular turns in a solenoid, more is a magnetic field gets generated, right? So these 2 points you can mention as answer for the second question. Fine. Coming to the third question, very, very conceptual. Actually, this is your NCERT question. The magnetic field inside a long straight solenoid carrying current is 0, decreases as we move towards its end, is same at all points. What we are asking is, inside a solenoid, how does the magnetic field lines look? Straight, right? They look straight. I told you these lines are parallel to each other inside a solenoid and they are uniform. The magnetic field here is uniform. That means they won't change. It remains same. Okay? The magnetic field of these lines is always same. Right? So what's your answer here? Your answer is option C. Definitely, right? Is same at all points. Magnetic field is same at all points inside a solenoid or at the center of a solenoid. Clear? So you have to be very, very careful with the conceptual questions like this. So definitely, to answer such questions, you should have complete clarity on a concept. So each and every point that I gave you today is very, very important for the examination point of view, and I think I have covered in depth to the best of my knowledge. So utilize this and get perfect with the concept. So in my next class, that is in the next video, I am going to deal a very important topic, that is force acting on a current carrying conductor. There comes the Fleming's left hand rule, on which lots of varieties of questions can be asked, right? So don't forget to watch my next video where we are covering the most important aspect of this chapter. So keep learning, guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in the easiest way and in a detailed way. Thank you.